Hi, everybody. We're here.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello!
Four of five of us are here. Welcome to this week's episode of Misscliks D&D Prophecy. If you missed any of the other episodes, you can catch them on our YouTube for Misscliks, which is youtube.com/Misscliks. Um, all the VODs go up every Friday, I believe, for the show.
Yep.
Yep. Um, I am Rob, slash Ishtara Wins on Twitter, slash Alorian, the arcane trickster high elf rogue for the party. Jess, who are you?
I am Jess slash Selden on Twitter slash Alizarin Crimson, the tiefling monk of the party. Um, Britt.
I am Britt. I am Britt Wiseman on Twitter and in real life. And I am also Ziza, the dragonborn druid who likes to turn to a goat in this party.
Badass.
And also, Anna brought back this amazing phone case for me from Taiwan.
Woo-hoo!
Thank you, Anna.
Thank you, Anna.
Tama, he's an egg. He has lost all hope, and I love him. Okay,
Aw.
I want everyone to see that.
I am Naja Otikor, aka Tristerate on the internet, and I'm the DM. Missing this evening. Yay, me. Tia's not with us this week. Kalithra had a little bit, she had some emotions at the end of the bandit fight last session and walked off into the woods, and she just has to work through it. She needs some her time.
Mhm.
And the party is just going to move ahead without her today, but she'll be back next week. Don't worry.
The party doesn't know that, though.
The party doesn't know that.
We officially decided to abandon her.
The party might be feeling a touch of relief.
Yeah.
And might have a bit of dismay when she comes back, but
Girl, bye.
we'll cross that bridge when we get to it.
Yeah.
Let's talk about belief and instincts for today's session. Rob, tell us about Alorian.
Alorian's belief is to not really trust the motives of the Dark Elf companion in our party. That may not ring very true for this week since she's stormed off into the forest in a huff from Alorian robbing her of her killing blow glory. And my instinct, I think I may have swapped those. My other one
The other one.
is to rob from the rich and give to the poor. Yeah. Wanted to clear that up. There was some confusion last week.
Jess?
Sorry, I was clacking. My belief is that I want to befriend our young friend Felton, who is apparently a feather. I don't know, you guys. I don't know what's going on. But I want to be as friendly as humanly or demonly possible to this person before we pass him off to the crone. Make sure that he's safe. And my instinct is never pass up an opportunity to indulge in food, drink, and finery.
And my belief is to help others, but not at the cost of my group. And I don't help dwarves. And then my instinct is to explore everything in order to find the answer.
All right.
The dwarves are dead to you.
Those dwarves are so dead to me. I'm done with them.
Who are those dwarves?
Who knows who they are? I'm done. They're out.
Yeah, forget about it.
Until they prove to me that they can be nice people, then they can come back in. But for now, they're out of the circle. Okay.
Zag.
Can you just play as what's her face from My Cousin Vinny? Oh, God.
I mean, I
Why
could.
am I blanking? She's so amazing.
She's fantastic. I have to get my nails done before I do that. So.
just to get it out of the way, chat, it has officially been decided that my Fey companion, while it is in its current form, will be known as Whitney Hootston.
Woo!
Woo!
Yeah!
And should it ever change, the name will be the Fey Companion, formerly known as.
Whitney Hootston.
And
Oh, goodness.
Cool. Got it.
will always love. Who? Okay, I'm done.
Thank you, Britt. Thanks.
Just want to feel the hoot with somebody.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Before we started streaming, we looked up all of Whitney Houston's greatest hits and then changed the words around so that they were related to owls.
Works pretty well, you
And
guys.
hooting.
It's
Yeah,
great.
it's pretty easy.
Yeah.
Okay. So when we start this episode, Calithra has just stormed off into the woods, and you are standing in a clearing. There's a handful of dead bandits scattered around. You guys steamrolled them. And Belton is hiding under you guys' wagon, and he pokes his head out and he says, "Is it safe?"
Yep. Come on out.
He kind of like scuttles out from under the wagon and stands up and looks around at all the bodies, and he looks a little confused, and he says, "Why are they laying like that?"
They were trying to hurt you, so we stopped them.
Oh. How do we start them again?
They'll start up back by themselves later. We're gonna be gone by the time that happens.
Okay. Nazara used to do that sometimes. I
Yeah.
understand.
Yeah. So just hang tight in the wagon for a second. We're gonna check them out and inspect them and make sure they're all okay and that they're gonna start up and everything before we leave. Naja?
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Okay. Sorry, my computer lagged a bit.
Yeah, it's okay.
So he kind of shrugs his shoulder and looks around again, and he says, "Did the drow stop too?"
No, she got mad at me, and so she stormed off. She'll probably be back soon. Hopefully not, but we'll see.
He, like, when you said she stormed off, his face is like,
I
"But she'll
know,
be back soon," and he's like, "Oh."
but if we be really quick, we might be able to just like leave before she gets back. We might lose her.
Oh, okay. I'll
So
get in the
just-
wagon.
Yeah, you just get in the wagon and hang tight.
Perfect.
So I'd like to, in all actuality, assist Zisa in inspecting the bodies for things that we can loot.
Mhm.
Yeah. So I will do that. Should I roll? Is it investigation?
Yeah, with advantage.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah. 21.
Oh.
Nice.
Investigation.
So this bandit party looks like it hadn't, like, you guys are going to be the score for this bandit party. So they've got, like, among them they have like 5 silver, not terribly much, but they do have like 5 units of rations on them.
Nice.
I eat one immediately.
Okay.
Yeah, they were hoping to get some money off of you guys, but that didn't work out.
Okay, I'm gonna mark down just 4 rations then. Do they? I would like to collect their crossbows because
Okay.
they apparently all had crossbows and put them in the wagon,
Okay.
along with whatever bolts that they had left that weren't fired and broken.
Okay. Let's see. There were 5 of them, if I recall correctly.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're able to get 5 light crossbows. Dump those in the wagon.
Do any of them have any piercing or slashing weapons like short swords or daggers or anything like that?
They have, you find a couple of scimitars. They're not in great shape, but you find a couple of scimitars too. You find 22 bolts.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah, their gear isn't terribly good. It's
Right.
serviceable.
Alright.
But they look like they were just a ragtag
Yeah.
batch of
Mhm.
bandits.
Okay. Well, then I gather that with Zisa, and if Felton asks me why we're taking this stuff, I tell him that we're taking their weapons so that they can't hurt anybody else when they wake up again.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if anybody else doesn't think of something else they'd like to do, I kind of just set us back up again to.
I don't think so. If they have like nothing else on them that is informational or useful to us, then let's get out of here.
I mean, with a 21, do you have any like specific question you would want to know?
I mean, do they have anything with information about who they are on it, or are they carrying any paper at all, like a book or any paper with any writing on it?
You would probably find like a missive that is simply directing them to patrol the area between Dawnbreach Archive and Dawnbreach Village.
Mm-hmm. And how do they look? Do they look weak, or do they look like they've been like able to eat and they're strong and stuff?
Oh, they look very weak.
Like very weak,
They look desperate.
starving.
Like normally a band of bandits, this like poorly equipped would not attack a wagon with a dragonborn on it.
Yeah.
Not for any reason.
Okay.
Like that was
Okay.
not that was a bold choice.
I don't know. Can you think of anything else to check on? I mean, they look.
I'd like to, before we leave, then just kind of leave everything where it is, the wagon and the ponies, and just like scout the radius of a circle around us. Just not necessarily like walking far into the forest or anything, but seeing if there was any sort of camp nearby of where they would have been staying within 50 yards or something around us.
Can you roll another investigation check for me?
Me or him?
Him, since he's
Okay.
looking. I don't know why I pointed, but I did.
Can I get advantage for Whitney's help?
Yes. Yes.
Investigation. All right,
She's
let's
the
see.
best.
Love that owl.
Oh.
19.
You find they're not particularly good at like woodcraft. You're able to find their trail pretty easily. They had a quick camp set up just kind of around a thick thatch of trees that they were using as like their ambush spot. From there you can see that the trail leads off to the southwest.
Oh, southwest.
In the if I approach the camp, would I notice anything of importance or value to take?
No, like their tents are ratty and patched. They didn't really even have like cooking utensils or anything like that. Like it's pretty bare bones.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can I roll a perception? I mean, if they were like under any kind of spell, would that tell me? Or if they're dead, will I not know?
They're sleeping.
I think whatever. Well, I mean, you could roll it, because not all magic stops when you die.
Would that be
As-
Arcana instead of Perception?
Yes.
As we all know.
Okay.
As we all know.
Right.
Of course.
Oh,
Listen,
well,
guys.
she just knows everything.
Listen.
You know what? It's not about what I know. It's about what I roll. So.
Fair. That's how this game works. So Zisa centers herself and consults nature in all her glory and asks what magical forces are operating on these men. And the answer you get back is that they don't seem to be under any sort of there's no lingering compulsion or anything around them.
Mm-hmm.
And whatever necromantic forces that have been moving through this forest were cleared out when you guys ended the curse on Dawnbreach Archive. So, in short, they're just dead.
Okay.
They just wanted to rob you and bit off more than they could chew, and now they're dead.
Okay. So are we gonna leave their bodies out then for sure, or do we want to put them somewhere to hide the fact that a bunch of bandits have been murdered, or do we care?
Sure. Yeah, let's I tell Felton that we're gonna leave in just a second. We're gonna go move them out of the road so no one runs over them by accident, and so that they're more comfortable while they rest. And then ask.
Fine. But hurry up, because that Calither's going to come back.
We're hurrying.
It's true.
So then I ask Alizarin and Zisa, I guess then, or help Zisa with Alizarin and move them off to the, just off to the side, behind the break of the trees, and yeah.
Sounds good. Okay, let's get moving then.
Okay.
All right.
So I point us in the direction that I feel would lead us back to Dawnbreach, past the dryad tree that we passed on the way.
I believe it was right in this hex.
Yeah.
Okay. Can you roll 2d8, or I'm sorry, not 2. Can you roll d8 plus d12 for me?
Yes. Nope. Sash roll 1d plus 1d12. Boom. 16.
16. Okay. So you cross over the river and return back to the clearing where you remember the dryad's tree being. As you approach that area, you get kind of a stale scent of smoke. And you come across what may be a familiar face of the dwarven priest that you guys saw across the river many sessions ago.
How far away from him are we before we notice him?
You guys would just be starting to walk into the clearing where the tree is. You're very close to getting into the clearing, and you can see him standing in front of it, looking up, very confused.
Okay, I stop immediately. I
Yeah.
turn around and I'm like, shh.
And Felton's why are we doing this?
Shh, Felton, shh.
I ask Zisa to cast Pass Without Trace on us.
All right, I
If
will
she-
totally do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably the best.
No, we wouldn't have had it. That's right, because we fought. Okay. Yeah.
Oh no, we did fight. Did I use it in the fight?
No. We used it before the fight, but then we all fought.
Oh,
so-
you're right. We did use it.
Yeah.
Well, I have one more change as an animal, so I can turn into a little animal and go see what he's doing.
Do you don't have the spell slot to cast it again?
Oh, you know what? Maybe I do.
Because we're gonna probably rest as soon as we get to the next hex anyway.
Yeah. I think
But if you want, that's a good idea too. If you want to change into an animal and go check it out.
if we're gonna rest, I'll just do that because I actually don't think I have the spell slot left. Okay, yeah. I'll just where are we? We're in the woods. It's a
Yeah.
wooded area. So maybe a lizard.
Or
Guys, this is the part of the show where we get to decide what I turn into. Yeah, we're not a goat.
or
I can't be a goat this time. That's
Like a ferret or something. Like a
Ferret.
something that's like a ground animal, like a prairie dog or something.
Little weasel.
Prairie
Yeah,
dog.
like a weasel.
Squirrel.
A squirrel.
Be
Things
original.
that are like in the forest.
Let's see.
You could be
I've
a
got
badger.
badger. Can I become a badger? No, that'll scare the dwarf.
A skunk.
A rat. A spider.
A
A weasel.
porcupine?
I could be a weasel.
Chipmunk.
What is chat? What kind of small forest creature should I be?
Go, Jack, go.
Chipmunk. A chipmunk. Can I become a chipmunk? It's not on the list. So does that matter?
I think for chipmunk, it's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine. Okay, I'm gonna be a
small
little a chipmunk then. Poof.
Yeah. Oh, I get down on the ground. And I'm like, oh, it's so cute.
Belton takes like an
I know.
abrupt step back and he's like, what is that?
Okay.
It's cute. Look, touch it.
No. She was very large. And now she's very small.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
And I'm just standing down there, just like.
This is normal. This is fine. This is what we
We're
do.
just doing like jazz hands with chipmunk.
Okay.
Up behind.
So I take her out of the wagon where she transformed into a chipmunk, and I like bring her around the front and like set her in the grass, like pointed towards the guy.
And then I turn around and I go. And then I turn around and scurry towards this dwarf. And I just sort of like stand behind him, probably like 4 feet away. I'll stop like a few feet away and just sort of like listen.
So he's got his hands on his hips and he's staring at this tree. Now that you've been to the vaults, you would recognize his robes as being those of the dwarven god Kalarth, the Shaper.
And when I see that he's a dwarf, I'm pissed.
Yes. And he's... Rob, can you do that again, please?
No.
And I want so badly to attack him, but I won't. For the good.
If I wasn't GMing, I would go to Twitch and clip that just so that I can have it and upload it to Twitter. New Twitch feature clip.
Oh yeah, we have clips. Clips were announced last week. Everyone has access to them now. Use your clips. Okay.
All right, sorry. Promotional aside. And he's staring at the tree and he seems very confused. The tree itself looks scorched, as if it had burned from the inside out. And there's still like wisps of smoke coming out of the hole in the center of it, where previously you've known skeletons to reside, but you guys cleaned that up.
It's the skeleton tree. Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah. The dryad herself is nowhere to be seen.
And those are the druids. I mean, the dwarf is literally just sitting there staring at the tree.
Well, he seems to be trying to figure out what happened. But because he believes himself to be alone, he's not talking to himself.
All right. Well, and then I'm just gonna scurry up the tree towards that smoky hole
Oh, okay.
and sort of just like stop and look back at him and be like, "No, I'm just a chipmunk, man. Just doing the chipmunk thing. Just on a tree being a chipmunk." And then I'm gonna look down into the hole.
So you look into the hole. There's obviously a fire in there, or something burned. And it's once again like the scorch marks move out of the hole, as if whatever was on fire started inside.
I'll just scratch it a little bit.
There's some ash.
Ash comes down.
Yeah. Throws a pokeball at you. Oh no!
Oh no!
I kid. I'm sorry.
I take the ash in my hand and I just overcome with like just for a moment. I turn around and I just try to throw the ash at the dwarf because
He like his head jerks back and he's just like, what is wrong with his ship?
and then I remember that I'm on a mission, so I just can't keep throwing ash at this stupid dwarf.
She's like kicking it with her back foot at him.
Ah, I
He
hate
seems, he
you.
seems to like be moving away from you slowly, and you hear him mutter the word rabies under his breath as he just kind
Could just notice a chipmunk.
How rude. Oh, another one. Another check against the dwarves.
I like to think that Zisa is saying this, but it's just coming out as like a stream of chipmunk noises. And Dwarf is just like, nope, not today. No rabbit chipmunk encounters today.
And I'm like, good riddance, dwarf. And then I realized that he's walked away, and I'm like, oh, shit. I was supposed to figure out what his deal was. Oh, well. And I would like to just sort of, can I, like, climb down into the hole at all? Like, attach myself to the wall of the tree?
Oh, yeah, you can get down in there if you want.
And kind of do, like a spy, like a fancy, like sliding down the side of the tree.
Yes.
Dun, 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 spy chipmunk. What's at the bottom?
It's just a hollow now.
It's just empty. Is it?
Yeah.
And it's still smoky.
Empty, smoky, burnt up. No
There's
dryad,
nothing down
no
there.
skeletons.
Can I roll for anything down there? I mean, a chipmunk isn't technically on the list, so I don't know what my skills are.
I mean, you could do what is it that you
A
would
nature
like
check,
to roll?
maybe? I don't know.
Nature
Well-
will tell you things. Perception will tell you things.
Is the dwarf gone? Has he walked away?
The dwarf is walking the hell away.
Like far away, like
What
he's out there.
direction?
He does not want anything to do with you.
He's totally gone.
He's walking west,
Due west or southwest?
due west.
All right, so I look up and I realize I'm gonna have to climb all the way back up this tree to get out. So I just say, screw that, and I turn back into myself.
What?
Okay.
And I'm assuming that will break the tree.
So from the wagon, you hear like this muffled noise, and then there's this like loud creak and like a thunderous crash as like arms pop out of the tree.
I'll just dust myself off.
Is the dwarf far away enough to not, like, does he notice?
Oh no! Everybody heard that. That was loud AF. He just kind of like looks over his shoulder and like.
And I just do my best impression of a tree.
A golden scale tree.
Yeah, he runs. He
He
runs.
runs. Okay.
Wait, sir.
I don't have rabies, sir!
At that point, when I realized that like he's like running and it's probably not what's her face, Nazara, because that's what I was afraid of. I was afraid that it was originally the dwarf was Nazara to begin with. But I'll start sprinting after him to catch him.
It's not hard
Yeah.
because he's a dwarf and
Yeah.
has little dwarf legs.
Right.
And when you reach him, he's like, "No, please."
No, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. You're fine. We're fine. It's all fine. You're fine. The chipmunk is a druid. It's fine.
I'm a druid.
From inside the tree. I'm a druid.
Well, I'm assuming the tree is in pieces around me now.
Yeah, the tree is completely wrecked.
And now I can do a nature check.
On
Yeah. Yes, you can.
whatever's left.
Yeah. Let's see here.
So roll that nature check.
I'm going. I feel a little guilty about destroying this tree, but it was already
Well,
dead.
it was a tree. It was dead. Now it's splinters.
Can I roll Arcana to see if there's any magic left in this tree?
Yes.
Ah! There it is. Boom.
No,
No.
there should have been. The Dryad's presence is completely gone.
Okay. Well, Looks like this tree is a tree, or it was a tree. So
Well, she's
walk
like,
back over to my group.
well, yeah. Well, while she was like circling the tree and like stroking the remains of the tree and figuring out whatever she could, I was like ushering the druid back to the clearing and like and like waving alizarin to bring the cart forward.
Yeah,
Like
I'll pull it. I'll pull it.
And
Hi, sir.
I ask Zisa if she can notice any trail or anything like that of where leaving the tree, other than the trail that the dwarf obviously just left. If there was another trail that like could possibly have been the dryad, like leaving the tree to go in any specific direction. Did she notice while she was walking around the tree if she noticed any tracks or anything like that leading away from the tree, other than the dwarfs?
Maybe I should roll for perception to find out.
That is a thing you can do.
Ah, boom. Oh, I mean, there might have been a trail. I sort of looked, but I also sort of didn't.
You kind of like blew up a tree all over the clearing. So
I'm dealing with a lot of emotions right now because I blew up this tree.
Yeah.
My little chipmunk brain just thought, I gotta get out of here.
I hand off the druid to alizarin and
the dwarf.
Dwarf. There's so many D words in this campaign.
It's very confusing.
Dwarf, druid, dryad, dragon.
Dragon.
Yeah.
That's all I could think of.
Yeah, but then I was like, oh wait, there's like 4. So I want to go inspect then that kind of the outer ring of the clearing between like the clearing and the forest to see if I can notice any kind of tracks or anything like that of where someone would have left the clearing into the forest.
You can roll perception to look.
Is that perception or investigation?
Investigation, yeah.
I shouldn't have asked that because perception's better for me.
Too late now.
Oh wait, actually they're the same. My bad. Investigation. 17.
No. There's like traveler's footsteps, but in terms of the like sort of small barefoot tracks that would accompany a dryad, it's as if she disappeared.
Well, I was gonna ask Zisa if she could have healed this tree before she destroyed it, but it's okay. Don't feel guilty.
I don't think I could have healed it. It was very ashy inside and out. It was all burnt. And
Use some lotion.
It was empty. And
Need some aloe vera.
you know what, though? This tree was the tree that all the skeletons came out of.
Yeah, man.
True.
So I don't really know if bringing that tree back to life would be the best idea.
It's true.
All right. So I go back to the group and ask the dwarf who he is and where he is from.
Yeah, who are you, guy?
Yeah,
What are you doing out here?
He's like
There's no
struggling,
dwarves
and
out
the
here.
lizard's like strong arming him to like stay right next to her. He's like,
Yeah.
So he looks like he's bugging out. He's just like,
What's Felton
holy
doing?
shit. Felton is examining like the pieces of wood that are now strewn all over the clearing.
Okay. Is he cool? Is he all right? I bet
yeah,
he liked that. He was like,
Yeah, he
cool.
was very entertained by that. He was like, yeah, I really like
High five him.
when he's into it.
he sounds like the kind of kid that would enjoy like Transformers or something.
Worth the distraction.
So the dwarf tells you that his name is Congred Bouldermaker.
I'm not even gonna try to remember that.
Conrad. CB.
I've got it.
We could call him Connie.
Aw.
Congred with the K. Congred Bouldermaker.
Conrad.
You make boulders? That's amazing.
It's a family name. Never mind that.
Oh.
I by trade I'm a priest of Kalarth. I've been on a journey. I think I may have seen your party earlier, some time ago.
Yes, on our way to the vaults. You were on the opposite side of the river from us.
Ah, you visited the vaults then.
We have come and gone from there, yes.
How did you find your experience? I haven't been home in some time.
It was awful. It
Um,
was truly awful.
they were not very nice to our dragonborn companion here, for reasons which I'm sure you're probably would seem obvious. Um,
Yeah, good
your
food.
you there was yummy food, but your people are not the most welcoming and open-minded. Uh, but I digress. Uh, um, and as you can see, we no longer have currently our rude drow companion with us as
Mm.
well. Um, we are lucky in that sense, I suppose. Uh, where were you headed? We were heading north earlier, but now you're far from there.
Ah, yes, I've been looking for halflings. There's been some sort of bandit attacks in the area, and many halflings have been uprooted, and they're
We did see a band of them traveling the forest a bit west of here.
ah
Um, on our way to the vaults, we also encountered an empty home of theirs that had already been uh, kind of left for the rubble.
There were pants left behind.
It was terrible.
It's very sad.
There were little pants everywhere.
he seems like deeply upset about this.
Now I feel bad for him.
However,
I'd like squeeze him.
with that said, the brighter news is that we also have laid to rest. I choose my words very carefully because Velton's nearby. We have laid to rest also a group of bandits that attacked us on the road. Um,
Ah,
so hopefully that will be helpful to the local area here.
well, you are doing the God's work, of course. There's
You have no
I mean,
idea.
in many respects, it's a sad story. The humans in the area are very deprived, but it's no cause for them to prey on the other races. It's simply not done.
Why are they deprived?
Oh, they can't grow in the way that they grow their food. You know, the way you surface dwellers tend to do. Fields are barren.
That's true.
Many of them have taken to this banditry recently.
Is there any sort of organization to these bandits, or are they simply just random groups of impoverished humans?
Rando
smarts.
bandies.
Rando bandos. But they do have a leader of sorts. He calls himself Mad Eye Burnham.
Mad Eye Burnham.
Hmm.
Hmm.
I haven't encountered this Cretan myself. I've been too busy ministering to our sister races, the gnomes and the halflings. But I've heard word that he has some sort of lair to the southwest.
Hmm. And were you headed in that general direction?
He laughs. He says, "No, no, I don't have the strength to tackle that sort of problem myself."
You were heading where then?
Well, I was headed home, back to the vaults, and hoping to encounter any more refugees on my way, but it's been some time since I've been underground.
I regret to inform you that at the moment the vaults are not letting in any one from outside, regardless of their station appearance or otherwise.
The vaults are sealed. Why?
There was an incident that we assisted your council with. And they're actually the ones that gave us these fine steeds and sturdy wagon to aid us on our travels as a reward for our help. However, the threat to them, it still exists. So, in order for them to secure their own safety within the vaults, they've sealed it to anyone outside for the time being. So you've got time to minister to more of your sister races, as you called it, while you let some time pass so that hopefully by the time you get there, they're administering people in again.
He sighs. He says, well, that does complicate things. I suppose I'll just go back to Atherton. Shrugs his shoulder. Such is the life of an itinerant priest.
If I may ask, what was in Atherton that you made your original journey there for?
That's a site of some religious significance, ever since the gnomes were attacked and, their city ruined. I make a pilgrimage every once in a while for remembrance sake.
Did you happen to notice anything odd while you were there?
Or did you meet anyone?
He looks a little, he kind of looks to the side a bit, and he's like, nothing out of the ordinary.
Okay.
What would you consider ordinary?
He kind of gives you a quizzical look. He says, ruins and desolation?
No people? No one was there?
Not very many people visit that place anymore.
You didn't see any drows who seemed kind of sneaky and evil?
Well, I've never seen a drow that didn't look sneaky and evil, but
Now that's a good point.
That's fair.
I didn't see one there at recently.
If I could bar you then for just one more minute, did you see anyone at all there during your pilgrimage?
He shakes his head.
Shakes his head, yes or no? No. I'm like, wait, which one?
This is nodding. This is shaking.
Okay. Got it.
I don't know.
Situation.
Whitney has a range.
Wow.
Whitney has
Well,
It's a
insane
wide
range.
range, but
Yeah.
Whitney's got
Whitney's
a range.
on a leash. Okay.
Too soon.
Never mind.
Aw.
Oh.
Oh. Man.
Um,
Wah, wah, wah.
so
All right. Well, I guess bye.
It's just the odd stray halfling, and I've been avoiding these bandits, of course.
okay. Well, we're sorry for scaring you.
Sorry.
I'm not sorry.
Did you say that?
I'm sorry
I'm
that I'm not
sorry.
sorry. You seem boy, bye.
It's like a
You seem
roundabout
like a-
apology.
like
I'm
a-
sorry you got scared.
I'm sorry you were frightened.
Like, if you couldn't
Bye,
handle
bye.
it, I'm sorry for you.
Like, not my problem, really. I mean,
Yeah.
you seem like an okay dwarf, which is actually incredible. So I'm sorry that you got scared.
We're heading to Dawnbreach Village. You are clearly heading in the opposite direction. But should you come across any other bandits on
Call us.
on your travels, we'll be heading in that general direction. Should you need to find us again to ask for our assistance.
Can we introduce him to Whitney Hootston in case we need to send Whitney out to talk to him?
Do you guys have a hoot signal when NPCs need help? Do you send up the hoot signal?
Yes.
Oh, can we send Whitney to go check on him when he's walking to see if anything else has happened? Or is that too dangerous? Does Whitney need to stay with us?
It's a range situation.
Whitney has a range.
Wow.
Whitney has
Well,
an
It's a
insane
wide
range.
range, but
Yeah.
Whitney's got
Whitney's
a range.
on a leash. Okay.
Too soon.
Never mind.
Aw.
Oh.
Oh. Man.
Um,
Wah, wah, wah.
so
All right. Well, I guess bye then. Bye.
yeah, pretty much.
See you later.
So
Or
that's
not.
ambulance. Um, all right, so yeah, that's what I say. I say that we're heading in that direction. If you need to find us, that's the general direction we'll be traveling. Should you encounter any bandits in your immediate future,
Of course, I appreciate the offer of assistance.
I also give him 2 of the rations that we got from the bandits, and ask him if this is needed.
And he says, well, since I have to reroute my trip, I mean, I do need extra rations. Thank you very much for your kindness.
You're most welcome. All
And
glory to.
I want to lean into him and just say, would you be friends with me?
He kind of like regains his personal space and he says, I would not be your enemy given a choice.
Given that you've been kind of rude to him today, that's
Okay.
pretty fair.
Yeah, no, that's fair. I'm happy. I'm happy. This is the first non-horrible dwarf I've met, so thank you.
There's like sweat beading on his brow now.
Very good. And I just pat him on the shoulder. Like,
Good,
no,
good
oh,
answer.
you.
Good answer.
Changing minds one day at a time.
Okay.
I still don't like dwarves, but getting there.
Oh, we did get his name. Never mind. Okay, so, should we ever find ourselves in the vaults again in the future? I already know that we will be because I know we're going back there eventually. We will look you up.
Should we give him
Yeah.
one of our horses? Don't we have like a bunch of extra horses?
No. We have
So
the
first
two.
horse.
We have the.
I'm so desperate to make
We only
friends.
have 3. We have the 2 that are carrying the wagon, and then the 1 that Alizarin's riding because we couldn't all fit in the wagon.
Oh, you're right. Okay,
Right.
never mind. Sorry. Here's your rations. We have to go now.
And also, we technically said we'd bring them back.
Oh, that's true. Wow.
So, all right. So
Technically.
we head. I guess then I point us back towards Dawnbreach Village if the dwarf bids us adieu, without any.
And he
other-
does.
Okay. Cool.
All right. So,
Adieu.
you guys set out from the clearing, headed towards Breach Village, and let us take our first break.
Okay. Perfect timing. All right.
I know, I'm
Planned
getting
it.
better at this.
Calculated. Okay, guys.
Oh my god.
We're gonna take our first break of the evening. We'll be back in about 5 minutes or so. So go get drink and your own rations, and we'll be back soon. Thanks for watching.